Hello all, good day. Today we are going to look at the first module of the course Azure Administration. And specifically if we look at this module, we will see what are all the tools and options available to interact with Azure. Say for example, start with Azure portal, what are the features it has and what we can do and how to navigate the Azure portal and Cloud Shell as well. Additionally, in the second submodule, we see what is Azure PowerShell and how to access it along with CLI. And in the third part, we will see the resource manager. So what is Azure Resource Manager and how do we use it to interact with Azure? And finally, the Azure Resource Manager templates and how we can automate the environment. Since this is pretty big topic, so there are 4 lessons involved in this topic. So we will look at one by one. So in this video, we will look at lesson 1, and in subsequent videos, we will see lesson 2, 3, and 4. So lesson 1 talks about what is Azure portal and what is Cloud Shell and how we can access those ones to interact with Azure. So if we look at lesson 1 overview, it starts with explaining what is Azure portal, and we have something called Azure mobile app and then Cloud Shell and a demo on Azure portal and the Cloud Shell. So the first thing which we need to do to access Azure is accessing the Azure portal. So there is a URL called portal.azure.com. So if we go to your browser and enter that link, so you will see a page which is similar to what you are seeing in the slides. So on top of the page, you will have a search bar where you can search all the resources, services, and even the documentation as well. And in the side pane, so there is an option to create a new resource, and you can access either the home page, which you can customize, or you can create multiple dashboards as well. And additionally, there is an option called all services, which you can select to list all the services provided by Azure. Additionally, you can add some of the services to the favorites, which will be able to see here. And finally, like if we look at top right hand corner, there is a bell button available which provides all the notifications from Azure. Let's say for example, if you are creating a new resource, it will show the notification as it's creating a new resource, or once it's done, it will show you the deployment is successful or either it's failed. So you will receive all the notifications as such. So this is how an Azure portal experience look like. And additionally, we have an option called Azure mobile app. So this is again an app available in both Android and iOS devices. You can download it from either Apple iStore or Google Play. And this app doesn't provide exact experience as Azure portal. It provides some of the features. Say for example, you will be able to check status of all the resources running, like, and you can check the critical metrics like CPU, memory, and all. And if you want to, let's say, start a resource, stop a resource, and if there are some issues, you can do a quick diagnostics. And additionally, you will have a Cloud Shell experience as well, where you can run any command on Azure resources. But there are some limitations considering this is a mobile app. You can't really create resources and deploy everything. So it's mainly as an additional tool, not as a standalone tool to interact with Azure. So now we will look at demo of how Azure portal look like. So you are seeing the main homepage of Azure portal. So if you enter portal.azure.com, so you will end up in a landing page similar to like this, and here you will see what is the user which I have logged in, and what is the Azure Active Directory which I have been logged in. So additionally, if we look at the search bar, we will be able to search all the resources which is available. Let's say for example, if I want to search a resource called virtual machines, it will list all the Azure services. And additionally, if I have deployed some of the virtual machines, it will show under the resources part. Currently I didn't deploy anything, so it's showing empty. And as I mentioned, like, you will be able to search even the documentation part as well, and resource group. So this is a search bar for entire Azure resources from the portal perspective. And second option is create a resource, which you can use to create a new resources on Azure. Let's say if I click on the new create a resource, it will open an option like what exactly we need to deploy. Either we need to, it will list all the popular services on Azure, and if we want to deploy, let's say for example web app, directly we can click on the web app and we can deploy. And additionally, it categorizes all the services. So let's say for example under compute you will see all the VMs available as well, and under the containers we will see all the container services available. So if we don't know where to find the service, if we know the category, we can click on the category and we will filter those ones. Or if it is very popular service, it will be available directly as well. And additionally, like, not every services are listed here due to the page limitation. And if we click on the see all, we will be able to see the entire marketplace offering as well. And additionally, there is an option called search marketplace, where if we don't know which category the services is in, and additionally we don't know exactly whether it's popular service or not, so just search the name of the service. Let's say for example I'm searching media services, so just searching a single word media shows every services with the name media available. So this is the search option to deploy a new resource, and that can be done. Additionally, even I can search in the main search bar as well as media, and I can list the media services. So I can directly click on that and I can go ahead and provide the right arguments and deploy that. So if I go here and click on the add, it will deploy a new media services. So next thing I want to touch upon is the concept of dashboard. So this is a default dashboard which is provided by Azure, but I can easily customize this dashboard as well. There is an option called edit, and if I click on it, I have the option to, let's say if I want to add service health as a part of this dashboard, I can add the service health, or I can even customize or move wherever I want. Finally, once I'm done, I click on done customizing, and now that my dashboard has those options as well. So Additionally, I have option to create many dashboards as well. So if I want to create two or three dashboards, one dashboard for just a landing page and another dashboard for uh, my monitoring of my resources, let's say for example uh, CPU, memory usage, everything, I can create a new dashboard and add those metrics as well, and I'll be able to share those dashboards to other organizational users as well. So if you look at here, there is an option called share, which I can click on, and I will be able to share this with other users as well. And next, there is an option called all services. So this is where everything is listed from Azure. So as I mentioned, similar to create resource option, you will see all the resources and services categorized. So if you look at under general, there are generalized services, and there are like compute specific services and networking services available in Azure. Like for each and every category, it will be listed. And if you want to, let's say for example, instead of navigating it here every time, if you want to add some of these to the favorites, I can do that as well. So under compute, currently like, so there is a star button at the end of the service, right side of the service. If I want to, let's say, add Kubernetes to the quick start, I can just click on this and now it's tagged. So here in the right hand corner, the Kubernetes service is now visible. And if I don't want it, if I click one more time, it will go away. So this is the concept of favorites. And other thing is that if we look at some other options on the top right hand corner, there is the option to provide feedbacks as well to Azure. Let's say if something is not working with the portal or some other or issues, you can send feedback as well. And additionally, so you can raise support case with Azure in case some of the resources are not working. Let's say for example, if we have an issue with VM or issue with any of the service, you can raise a support ticket as well. So that is available in this question mark option. So if you click on help and support, it will open a new page which will help you to raise the support tickets. So what are all the support cases available? If you have already created some, it will be listed here, and if you want to create new, you can create one and it will show you the pages to get the right information. Additionally, it shows like the recent documentation associated with the service. Let's say if I'm trying to raise a support ticket as, let's say my Azure VM is not starting up, it will show relevant documentation and with from additionally from MSDN forums and Stack Overflow as well, whether somebody has complained the same issue and what is the solutions as well. So before raising the ticket, you can have a look at them, and if it readily fixes your issue, you don't really need to raise a ticket as well. So this is what the support experience look like. And additionally, we have a settings to set the theme. Let's say for example, how to set your home page. Either you want to set, let's say, a dashboard, or as I mentioned, right, you can create dashboard for monitoring your metrics as well. And if I feel like whenever I try to log into the portal, I should see the dashboard, I can choose the dashboard and select the right dashboard, and I can choose either white theme, black theme, or blue theme, everything. So these are the language settings which I can change for the portal. Additionally, there is a button for notifications, and if I click on it, I will be able to see all the notifications associated with Azure. Let's say for example, if I am trying to deploy a new resources, it will show the notification as resources are currently deploying. So that's how the portal look like. And additional one more thing I need to highlight is that first thing you need to check is whether I have subscriptions. So there is an option here called subscriptions. If you don't find it, just find it from all services. So if you click on the subscription, you will be able to see all the subscription which is listed in Azure. If you find it empty, then you won't do anything with Azure. Even if you are able to log into portal, you won't deploy. You can't be deploying any resources. So make sure you have an active subscription available, and under that you will be deploying all the resources. So this is how an Azure portal look like. So if we come back to the slides, so next option is what we call as Azure Cloud Shell. So Azure Cloud Shell is an interactive browser-based shell. We have both option of Bash and PowerShell. And the thing is that whatever you are doing in Cloud Shell is not permanent. It's just temporary and it times out in 20 minutes. But the thing is that, let's say for example, if you are trying to save anything in Cloud Shell, it stores in one of the Azure storage, and next time when you are logging into Cloud Shell, you will be able to see those stored files as well. So to store these files, we need a resource group and a storage account and Azure file share. And the good part is that whenever you are opening an Azure shell, you don't really need to authenticate anything. It authenticates automatically in the background. Additionally, we have a graphical text editor as well. So per use for every user, we will get one machine assigned for this particular cloud shell. So this is one of the easiest ways to manage Azure, and if we want to run some quick commands, you can just open the cloud shell and we can run it. So that's how we normally use the cloud shell. So we will now look at a demonstration of how to use cloud shell. Okay, so from Azure portal, so there is the option on the top right hand bar which I am pointing my cursor. So that is what we call it as cloud shell, and if I click on it, the first thing it will look at is it will try to check whether I have storage defined. If it is not there, it will ask for the first time. Once I defined it during my first login, it won't ask me anymore. So currently it mentioned that I don't have no storage mounted and I need to create a new storage account. So for that I need a subscription. It chooses my default subscription. I have only one active subscription, that's why it's listing it. And if I want to specifically customize those storage names and which region it need to deploy, I can customize it here as well. So, but here in this case, I don't want to customize anything. So I hide the settings and I just click on create storage. So it will take a while to deploy the storage account. And basically it's trying to create a new resource group, a new storage account and a container as well. Don't worry about that. If you don't understand what is a resource group, container and all, we will see detail in the subsequent classes. But remember that Cloud Shell needs an Azure storage and you need to create these resources when you are trying to log in for the first time. And one more option which I need to mention is that you don't you not only have the option to resize the Cloud Shell, but if you want to open it in much bigger screen, even you can go to your browser and click on shell.azure.com. You will be able to see the Cloud Shell in the entire browser window. Okay, now it has created the storage account and it has authenticated with the Azure. If you look at the message from the Cloud Shell, so it selected the right subscription ID and it has created a resource group and it has created a storage account and it has created a file share inside the storage account as well to store our files, and it has initiated uh, a PowerShell experience, and it has even authenticated myself to Azure without asking anything. That's it. So, and this is the PowerShell experience of the Cloud Shell. I can run any commands like I can use the tab and I can list if I don't remember the commands as well. So I can uh, check what are all the commands available, and if I want to run some specific commands, get Azure VM scale set, I can run those as well. So this is how the PowerShell experience look like. And additionally, if I want to switch to Bash, there is an option called Bash as well. So I can switch on to Bash and it will ask for the confirmation whether I can switch on and restart the process. And if I click on yes, it will switch to my Bash experience. So it won't take too long. Yeah, it will be just instant. And this is how the Bash experience look like. Now I can run any CLI commands as well here. Az account list. I'll be able to see my logged in Azure account. And additionally, if I want to store some files, so and I can do it as well. I just create a file called test.txt and now I close my Cloud Shell. That's it. Next time when I'm trying to log in, I click on the button. It already has the crypted storage account, so it will automatically log into that. And now if I list my files, I'll be able to see the text.txt. But whatever commands I have ran, it won't be stored in the session. It will go away, but the files will be persisted. So this is how the uh, Cloud Shell experience look like on Azure. So that's all for today, and in the next video we will see lesson 2, which talks about Azure PowerShell and CLI. Thank you.